Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to discuss a new cybersecurity strategy for our federal agency. Our organization currently assess and manage risks primarily as a compliance exercise. In other words, we don't necessarily prioritize most impacting cyber threats to our mission and mitigate them in a prompt manner. Instead, we follow a compliance framework such as NIST risk management framework and conduct risk management activities to fulfill FISMA requirements or Inspector General audits. This is all a compliance-based exercise. And recently we have gained solid results in our FISMA audits, and we operate under the premise of being sufficiently secure. Is that the correct modus operandi? That's a rhetorical question. Okay. Is that the right way to operate? Are we really secure? Ladies and gentlemen, I would beg to differ. There are many agencies and private organizations who had followed compliance-based frameworks such as FISMA and yet had been a victim of a large-scale data breach. I would like to remind you the OPM breach and the Capital One breach. So what do we do at this point? The compliance, is it really working? Is the compliance-based frameworks for security, are they really working? While I completely don't disregard them, I would like to propose an alternate strategy. And the alternate strategy is called risk-based decision-making, or risk-based strategy, where we identify the most impactful security issues to our nation, our organization, and our mission. And then the most impacting ones are given a higher priority than the ones that are not so impacting. In other words, we prioritize risks. When we operate under this strategy, we will operate under the premise of being already compromised. Since we assume that we are already compromised, we will constantly hunt for adversaries within our enterprise. Also, we will identify, detect, protect, recover, and respond to cyber threats and prioritize the highest risks using a framework called NIST Cybersecurity Framework. Ultimately, this proposed cyber strategy, or in other words, the risk-based decision-making process to combat the highest risks, would be an agile and adaptive framework as opposed to the compliance-based framework, which is somewhat static and not risk-based. Now, ladies and gentlemen, so far I have illustrated the benefits of this new risk-based strategy and to how that could improve safety and security of our organization. By not following this risk-based strategy, most pressing security vulnerabilities, such as ransomware, spear phishing, insider threats, and data breaches, may not be identified and mitigated promptly. Furthermore, as a result of not mitigating these risks, there could be national security, regulatory, legal, and reputational implications to our agency. Also, I'm willing to discuss with you all the mission owners, the impact on them, on their investigative process, which is critical for our agency, how that investigative process may be impacted, and also how to overcome and how to provide proper SLAs while operating under this newly proposed cybersecurity strategy. So I would like to urge all of you to support this new strategy this risk-based decision making as opposed to compliance-based decision making. And in order to execute this strategy, we require new people, process, and technology. The Office of the CISO would like to request initial capital expenditure of $500K and an annual recurring operating expenditure of $600K. In a bigger context, this money that I'm requesting, these funds I'm requesting, the budgetary impact is minimal. This is for this small expenditure, we're going to get a significant amount of security that never existed before. Therefore, I urge you to support this strategy, and thank you very much for listening. I'm your Chief Information Security Officer, Nalin GTOWN. I appreciate your assistance. Thank you very much.